So what happened was, um, the article said something about Elvis's airplane,
Mm-hmm.
and they put it up for auction.
Yeah.
But people think he's got two airplanes because there's two Elvis airplanes at Graceland.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one Elvis airplane people don't know nothing about. It's in Roswell, New Mexico, of all places.
Right. The scary kind of place.
Yeah, where the aliens are, because
Uh-oh.
Elvis was into that shit too. It's true though. Um, the airplane, it was called a Jet Star.
Mm-hmm.
He liked the Jet Star because he bought two of them.
Hmm.
He bought two Jet Stars, and the Lisa Marie the famous airplane, the Lisa Marie.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's a story behind that you're never going to guess. It
What?
used to belong to Hugh Hefner. That was the Playboy plane.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure the hell
interesting.
was. The
Hmm.
Lisa Marie used to be the Playboy plane.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And
Why would
Elvis
he be
bought it off
interested
of
in
Hugh
that?
Hefner. Huh?
Why would he want that?
What he liked the way it was set up.
Well,
It
yeah, I
was
guess it would be.
he bought it off of Hugh Hefner, and he just put the little Elvis little touch on it, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
They put some diamonds and sequins or whatever.
Something like that. But I mean, I can understand where he would, want to park his little plane over there by Area 51. I mean, get away from people, the crowds. Is some kind of little private thing to just
It was
disappear from
very
everybody.
private. Yeah, there's an airport there called Roswell International Airport,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't know this, but it's the closest international airport to Las Vegas,
Hmm.
where a lot of people go in and out of McCarran Field. It's called. So, and a lot of people don't even know that. Oh, really? That's the name of the airport. I thought it was called Las Vegas Airport. Well, it's called McCarran Field. The other thing is
Mm-hmm.
there are about 8 or 9. I think there's 9
Mm-hmm.
smaller airports all
Oh,
around
wow.
Las Vegas and
Mm-hmm.
Laughlin, Nevada, and places like the Death Valley and places like that
Yeah.
that you fly into. A lot of celebrities use them because they don't want to. Maybe they don't want to fly into a commercial airport and deal with people or whatever, or the
The crowds
paparazzi.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they want to make
exactly.
sure that they stay away from everybody, and I mean, I would kind of be the same thing way too, because I don't want to deal with like the
Why are you a
crowds right away.
snob like them?
No, I mean, I just want to be, not deal with the crowds as of yet. I want
You
if I'm
want to be left
tired.
alone. I'm
Well,
tired of dealing with these little people.
no, I mean, if you're on a long flight, or if your flight got delayed, or like
No,
that, you're kind
it's
of
true.
tired.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely is. Yeah. Well,
or if you're traveling with family, if it's a family vacation, you want to be with
the
family. So,
biggest thing is
you know,
privacy.
yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Yeah, at
Yeah.
first, but if you're like into doing an organization or a fundraiser, yeah, of course, something like
Hmm.
that's a little bit different. But
Yeah.
if it was family, it's a little bit. It's two kind of different types of trips, depending on what you want to
Sure.
take in.
Especially with your family. Look,
Oh
it's
yeah.
a celebrity makes a certain sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
to be in the public eye.
Yeah, they do.
But just because you're in the public eye doesn't mean your family has to be.
No, that's true.
And these people, I've known celebrities that went through great lengths to maintain privacy for their family,
Yes.
to the point where, like, if Tom Cruise was in his car, he would have his wife and kids 5 cars behind him
Mm-hmm.
with one of the security people
Right.
just to be separated so nothing would happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty smart move.
Oh, absolutely, it is.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to talk about the Academy Awards tonight.
I can't wait. It'll be fun.
I got my list in front of me, young
Me
lady.
too.
I want to show you something.
Mm-hmm.
You know how our how our yellow highlighter
Mm-hmm.
becomes invisible on this?
Yes.
Watch this. Look at this.
Oh no.
That's how bad we did. Okay.
Well, we did some
That's
good.
how.
We
Wait a
did
minute.
some.
It's going to get good. Let's do this. Hold on.
Yes.
That's don't tip the bit there, Chapman. Don't tip the bit.
Arr.
Let me do the intro. I'll growl at your ass. Let's do this. Let's do the
Let's
opening. We'll
get
come back.
this.
We'll talk about
Let's
the
get this
Oscars.
started.
Okay. You know, you're already you're in the shit house, okay? The show hasn't even officially started and you're in the shit house.
I got plenty of room.
You know what? Listen, you. Here, let's do the intro. It's gonna be 7:30 by the time I do the intro. Here. Take care, you guys. Watch out. It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. here in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Maddog the Scipio, joined as I am each and every week by the Pitbull herself, Amelia, the mouth of the South Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
I did good. Good. How are you?
You all right?
Yep.
It's been a really interesting weekend, especially Sunday night.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. I was
we're going to
really?
talk about that tonight. That's our subject tonight.
Oh.
Before we go any further, it is What's the Buzz podcast.
What's the buzz time? And
America's
an
favorite
hour
podcast.
loss of time. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yep.
I don't like that.
Well, look, here's the thing. We are here to talk about some of our amazing predictions that went right into the shitter, right down the toilet Sunday night. Well, we were doing good for about 5 minutes. Let's put it that way. We were doing great for about 5 minutes. And then out of nowhere come this movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Uh-huh.
I never heard of.
Never
I
heard
finally
of this
got to watch it last night, Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got to watch it last night.
How long was that movie?
2.5 hours.
Oh my goodness.
I sat through an hour and a half of it and I couldn't take any more.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was horrible. We're going to get into that movie. We're going to talk about that movie a lot. But before we do, how was your weekend?
Oh my gosh, it was pretty good. My daughter came over with her fiance. We got to talk a little bit about the wedding, and she's getting married next year in February.
She excited and everything.
Oh my gosh, yes, we're starting to talk about wedding.
Now, what's the kid do for a living? What's the guy do?
He actually works in the same job as she does. He's a manager of a cigar store, so they work in the same kind of position, but her job is a little bit more demanding.
Your daughter works at a cigar store?
She's actually a supervisor over 7 stores, actually. She has a company car.
Well, let me tell you something right now in front of millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I love a good cigar. So you tell your daughter, Uncle Angelo wants a box of cigars.
I definitely will.
Better be in the mail by Thursday.
I definitely will. Absolutely.
And I like Monte Cristos.
Monte Cristos. I got it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they always
anything with a Cuban seed.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with a Cuban. You know what? There's a place there. There's a great place in Florida called Ybor City.
Yes.
You know it? You know Ybor City?
Yes. Yes. They have a lot of cigar events there. The whole
place is Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
The whole place is Cuban, and they do hand-rolled cigars, and it's funny, and they hang them up.
Yes.
Like on a clothesline. They hang them up to dry.
Yeah, my brother-in-law did an event there. Mhm.
I smoked a bunch of them too many
Mhm.
years ago,
Yeah.
and I haven't had an Ybor City cigar in ooh, probably about 20 years.
Well, we'll just have to make up for that.
Yeah, no shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't know I love me cigars. Are you kidding me? I love
Oh,
cigars.
yeah. Yeah.
I love cigars.
We'll
Um,
just have to send you some.
yeah, and we'll come on the air and we'll critique them and we'll talk about cigars.
Mhm.
I would love to have her on as a guest. Why don't you do that? We could
Oh, yeah.
talk about cigars. You know how many people I know love cigars? They're cigar aficionados.
Oh, then
Oh my
you have
god,
to meet
please.
her boss then. They used to be the owners of that, but then, of course, they sold it on to other people, but they still,
You
run
know who else
the
likes a
company.
cigar too?
Mhm. Who?
Pastor Steve.
Oh, yes.
Pastor Steve
Definitely.
likes this. He smokes a pipe, but he likes a cigar too.
Mhm. We'll have to get him some.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So listen, here's tonight's show, folks.
Get on to
Academy
this
Award
subject.
winners and losers. Oh my God! All right.
This was an unusual, show
Oh,
because I actually love the seating, first of all. Let me talk about that.
the
So,
seating
it's
was
perfect.
very well planned.
Yes.
You could tell right from the get go.
Mhm.
It was a tribute to old Hollywood.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's be clear. They did
Mhm.
mention last year's event.
They did, in a nice way,
Okay,
though, in a
and they
nice.
needed to.
Yes.
Now, Will Smith has been banned from the Oscars for 10 years.
Yes, he has.
He's not allowed at the Oscars. Even if he's nominated, he's not allowed there.
No.
Even if he wins, he's not allowed there.
No.
You know, somebody's got to accept it for him.
Mhm.
So that's good. It's one bully out of the way. Piece of shit.
Absolutely. He doesn't even know how to be a buddy. He has to be the bully.
No. Yeah. Here's the thing, Will. Be a buddy, not a bully. But
Mhm.
what you don't know any better because you're from West Philly, and that's what people in
Mhm.
Northwest Philly do.
Right?
Okay, because you're dirtbag. Um, but that's just the truth. You know, he's a
Mhm.
dirtbag. Will Smith is the dirtbag with money.
Yes.
Okay, and that's all he is.
Yes.
The other thing is the seating, as you pointed out, the seating was incredible,
Mhm.
very well thought out.
Yes.
The other thing that they did, and I noticed it right away,
Mhm.
right away. There were a lot more people working the show
Yes.
and a lot of security.
Absolutely a lot of
A
security.
lot. I said to my wife, I said, babe,
Mhm.
look at all the cops.
Mhm.
I said, there's more police down there than nominees.
Oh, and also, did you notice too that the security was also sitting in the audience as well, with
Absolutely, they were. You better
the suits
believe
and
it.
tie?
They
And
absolutely were.
mhm.
Yep, they sure the hell were.
Yeah, and they were dressed nice, and but they were also the seat fillers too.
Oh, the seat fillers, the
Mhm.
security, everybody there.
Mhm.
If you noticed, remember on stage there were
Mm.
young people and
Yes.
well-dressed women
Yes.
escorting.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Those were the seat fillers, but they're also the escorts
Yes.
that
Mhm.
walk you backstage after you win,
Mhm.
or you
Yes.
make a speech or whatever the case,
Mhm.
right? So they hired a lot of them,
Oh, yes.
a lot more than I've ever seen,
Mhm.
which was kind of nice to see because that's what they used to do in the old days.
Mhm.
Back in the old days, celebrities would never walk to their own seat.
No, they did
They would
not.
always have you would never see Judy Garland
Mm-mm.
walk into her own seat. She would have
No.
an escort,
Yes.
you know, make sure she got there, make sure she got seated. Is there anything you would like, Miss Garland? They would bring
Mhm.
you a drink,
Mhm.
you know.
That's what it reminded me of the old time Hollywood, like you said, back in the old days,
It was
the
very much.
best.
See,
Mhm.
now that reminds me,
Mhm.
we were talking, you and I were talking last Thursday when we were doing our predictions.
Mhm.
There's a movie I did see
Mhm.
called it's called Babylon. Now,
Mhm.
it's not what you think it is.
Mm-mm.
It's not about Babylon to hell. That's
No.
not about that.
Mm-mm.
It's about Babylon because Hollywood, they used to call it Hollywood Babylon.
Mhm.
That's what it was called. It was called the Hollywood Babylon.
Right.
In other words, you could get away with shit in Hollywood that you couldn't get away with anywhere else.
Exactly.
Like, fornicating, in public.
Mhm.
Um, banging three women at a time, or
Mhm.
three men at a time, as the case may be. You
Mhm.
know, there were drugs, alcohol, and sex orgies everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
But the movie Babylon was a throwback to old Hollywood.
Mhm.
And even with that kind of, how do I want to say it? Even with that, like, naughty reputation,
Mhm.
Hollywood still had a reputation of doing good film.
They did. Yes.
And that was missing for a long time.
Mhm.
They've gotten back to doing good film again.
Yes, they
But
did.
everybody pointed out, though, Amelia,
Mhm.
that 2020, March of 2020, the pandemic hit.
Yes.
All the movie production shut down.
Absolutely. Couldn't
Everything
get
shut down.
anything. Mhm.
So in 2022, they started to get rolling again, but they were crappy movies and they were
Mhm.
rehashes of old movies, right?
Right.
Okay, so we got that.
Mhm.
Then this year hit,
Mhm.
right? Now, all the good stuff is coming out again.
Yes.
Toward the later part of 22, things are starting to move again at a
Mhm.
rapid starting from about July or August of 22 is when
Exactly.
everything started to, I want to say, pick up again.
Yes, because everybody's starting to get out, go to different places,
Yeah.
locations, countries. Everybody's able to travel again.
And they're doing something else that's something
Mhm.
that they pointed out. People are going to the movies again.
Yes.
They're not watching the movies at home on the TV.
Mm-mm.
They're going out to the movies,
Yes. They're
you
trying to
know?
cabin fever this.
Movie theaters.
Mhm.
We need to build more movie theaters and less jails
Yes.
in
Or
America, in
get
case
the
anybody's
abandoned
fucking
ones.
listening out there.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Abandoned
Bill.
movie theaters.
Let me get on my soapbox over here for a second. Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me for? Let me get on
No,
my soapbox. If we had more movie theaters and less prisons, there'd be no need for any
yes.
prisons.
Absolutely. I clap for
Okay?
that one. Yes.
Because there's a lot of creative people in jail who don't deserve to be in jail.
Mm-mm.
They're victims of circumstance and bad timing.
Yep.
You know, in life as it is in show business, timing is everything. And
Mhm.
some of these people just had bad luck with timing.
Or
Um,
wrongly
but
accused.
I really believe that we
Mhm.
need more movie theaters,
Yes.
not less, more.
Mm-mm.
So
Or
I'm
get
okay.
the
I'm off my
abandoned
soapbox
or
now.
get the abandoned theaters. Or reopen them.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you
You
what
know.
happened here in
You
New
know.
Jersey. Wait,
Mhm.
I'm going to give you a shining example.
Mhm.
Okay, Wildwood, New Jersey.
Mhm.
This was the oldest movie theater in Wildwood.
Mhm.
Show you how old it was. There were only 65 seats in the theater,
Wow.
and it laid empty for set. They say how many? I'm going to get it right. Hold on.
Mhm.
I want to get it right because it's really important
Because they
that
did
this
what?
this theater sat for 60 years or 70 years.
Wow, that's a long
Yeah,
time.
let me get it.
Well, I know the one in Texas where
Abandoned
I'm from.
Wildwood Movie Theater renewed.
The one in Texas where I'm from, it was like empty for a long time, and then they started showing
Here it is.
movies like that.
Here it is. Yeah. Yup. Redevelopment plan approved for a New Jersey movie theater. Okay.
Mm.
It's called the Amboy Cinema
Uh-huh.
in Wildwood, New Jersey. 73 years old.
Wow.
Sat abandoned for almost 70 years.
Jeez.
A young couple bought it
Mhm.
and they turned it into a movie theater again.
Oh, wow,
And they
imagine.
just got approved. The state approved them,
Mhm.
and the state gave them money to help fix it up.
Oh, wow.
Because that's one thing I'll say about New Jersey. We do have a
Mhm.
pretty good arts program here.
Mhm.
Now, why
Oh,
is my
yeah.
microphone so far? Hold on, folks. My microphone is way the hell
and
over
and
here.
and then just imagine the history behind that and
Oh, the history, please, oh my
mhm,
God, yeah,
mhm.
absolutely.
All the great movies that they could show there,
Oh,
the
sure.
theater that they could, put there for children, to see the even
Yeah.
I could just
It's funny
imagine.
that you say children because the couple that bought the place had their kid working on yeah,
Why not? Make it a
had their
family
2
thing.
kids working on the place with them.
I would
Um,
if it
I
was
love
mine.
seeing stuff like that, but
Me
okay,
too.
that's my soapbox for tonight.
I mean, those
Let's
are
get into
great.
where do you wanna start with? Let's start the same way we began this endeavor.
Absolutely. Let's do that because I could go from the
Okay. We're gonna start with, um, best film editing. You chose Top Gun.
mhm,
I chose Elvis.
mhm,
Everything Everywhere All at Once, of course, won.
mhm.
I don't know how because I couldn't sit through the movie for an hour and a half.
I was just like, "What?" on
And
that
best
one.
editing, it drove me nuts watching this movie. I thought to myself, they needed to edit this down a little bit.
A
I
lot.
The only thing I can think of is that somebody didn't know how to edit and they just kept everything in.
Mhm.
You know who does that? The guy that directed Elvis.
Really?
He doesn't cut nothing. He left
Mm-mm.
everything in. He said he left Austin Butler's screen test in the movie.
Mhm. I would've too, because
You
that
hear
way
what
it
I'm
would've been
saying?
yeah, that would've
Like,
been
you
fun
hear what
to
I'm saying?
watch.
He
Mhm,
left Austin Butler's screen test for Elvis
mhm.
in the movie,
That would've been fun to watch. I
and it
like stuff
became
like
part of the
that.
movie.
Yeah. I would like to
Okay.
watch stuff like that.
Why did you think Top Gun deserved the best, editing award?
I liked it because of the fact that the way Tom Cruise was in there and the way he showed emotion and the he had to teach his best friend's son and just the emotion of that part of it. I didn't want them to edit any
So
of
the
that.
editing for you created emotion.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good answer too.
Mhm.
I thought Elvis was going to win because of the sheer amount of costume changes
Mhm.
and quick edits they had to do,
Mhm.
going from the 50s to the present
Mhm.
to edit them cut quicks along the way.
Mhm.
And it was great work by Boz
It
Lerman.
was it was great.
But
Yeah.
Elvis, you know what? It's like Anita said. My wife
Mhm.
said, she said, I think people are all Elvised out right now.
Mhm.
Think about it. The last 3 years, what we've been talking about is Elvis for the last 3 years.
Well, and then Priscilla and then, of course, Lisa Marie passing away, they wanna
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
respect the
Yes.
family.
So,
Mhm.
best documentary for you actually won best
Mhm.
documentary. Okay, short subject for best documentary. The Elephant Whisper, is what you took.
Mhm.
I chose the Martha Mitchell Effect. That was nominated, but it did not win.
Mm-mm.
Why did you choose the Elephant Whisper? Was it just a wild guess?
That's one of the ones that we've guessed at because we had never seen those before, remember?
Yeah, yeah. We just and this other one here,
Mhm.
best documentary full feature.
Mhm.
This came out of nowhere too,
Yeah, that one was, I think, the one that we had guessed also because we had never
cause you chose All That Breathes.
Mhm.
Amelia, you're fading out. You're
There we
disappearing on
go.
me.
There we go.
Where are you going on my video here?
There I am. I
I'm
don't know
glad
what's
we're
going
on radio too, because people can still hear you. But the viewing audience at home is going, "Where the
they're like,
hell did Amelia
where did they
just go?"
go? It's that paper.
She's like the invisible man. She just
I had the
faded
paper in
away.
front of me.
You completely just
Uh,
digitized in front of me. Holy
right.
shit.
I think it was a Navalny or something like that.
Navalny, yeah.
I've never heard of that movie before.
Well, what happened, if you remember when they
Mhm.
announced that movie, did
Mhm.
you see all the people that came up on
Yeah,
stage?
I was like, "What?"
That's the guy's family.
Wow.
That's his family. He's in jail right now.
Uh-huh.
He's in prison,
Yeah.
in a Russian prison,
Mhm.
and they're trying to get him out. And that's what the movie was like, how he
Mhm.
ended up imprisoned.
Wow. That
So
was just
yeah, I
like
chose A House Made of Splinters.
mhm.
Amelia chose All That Breathes.
That's one of the ones that
for
we
a
had guessed because I had never
yeah. Well, neither one of us has. So we just
mm-mm,
these
guessed at
were just
that one.
guesses, purely
Hmm.
purely guesses.
That's where we went. Oop.
Now you and I did both pick the winner
Hmm.
of best visual effects,
Yes. Yeah.
Avatar.
Hmm.
We did manage to squeak one out over there.
Because it
Okay.
did. I mean, the effects were amazing in that movie. They could not have done a
Oh, they
better job.
absolutely were.
The colors, the effects, the
But they were
it was just
amazing in the first Avatar too.
yes, they were. I was
Like, remember
surprised.
what I said?
Hmm.
Remember what I said to you on Thursday's show?
The 3D.
The whole no, it's not
Hmm.
no.
Hmm.
Remember what I said? I said to you,
Hmm.
Amelia, the whole movie is a special effect.
Oh yeah, it
And
is.
that's what it really was. That whole
Hmm.
movie was a special effect.
Hmm.
Which I mean, beautiful movie,
Oh, it is.
very colorful and
Hmm.
um, incredible use of technology.
Hmm.
And then the best uh, best animated film feature,
Hmm.
and they were you and I both picked the winner. There
Hmm.
was Pinocchio,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
I only went with Pinocchio because I knew it
Yeah.
because I had seen previews of it.
Hmm.
And that's the only reason I went with it, because I had not seen previews of any of the other movies.
Right. Yeah.
Why did you pick Pinocchio?
Because I think that it's a good tale, and a lot, like you said, you knew it, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna go with you on that one because you've seen it and you thought
Are
it was a
you
good movie.
telling me that you're riding on my coattails here? Is that what you're saying?
No, because you said you knew it, you've seen it before, and so I thought,
Well,
you
I
know what,
seen the no, I didn't
previews.
see the movie. I
Well, the
saw the
previews that
preview,
you thought they were
and
good, so
it
I
looked
figured.
like a pretty good. Will you listen to me for a minute? Because I know that, folks, she may end up being the last night tonight. Um, Here's the thing, though. The reason I picked it because when I saw the previews, it really looked like a fun feel good movie.
Hmm.
Um, it
Well,
looked like
hmm well, I think because the other ones have already been like too outdated for me, and I thought, you know what, something different, something new, I think would be all right. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go with his gut on
well,
this
the
one too.
Sea Beast I didn't know anything about.
Mm-mm.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish I
Too
didn't
much
know anything
outrated.
about.
It's too outrated for me.
Um, Guillermo del Toro was the by the way, Mexican director
Hmm.
who directed Pinocchio, and I know who he is. I know his work. He does great
Hmm.
work. He also does a hell of a scary film. He's
Hmm.
directed a lot of zombie movies.
Yeah.
Great actor, and a great director.
Hmm.
And that's the reason. The only reason is I knew I saw a little bit of the previews, and I knew a little bit about it.
Well, the Puss in Boots was the one with Tonio Banderas does the voice-over, and he was
Yeah,
in that one, and I think he was on uh, with the other movies that he's been in and everything, and I think it was like a Disney or something like that movie, and I thought, no, I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with something different.
yeah. Best original song. Now,
Hmm.
neither one of us, and I was really surprised that Lady Gaga,
That was
who
a
did a
shocker.
hell of it, she did the song that you picked, "Hold My
Mm.
Hand."
Mhm.
I chose "This Is a Life" from
Mhm.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Mhm.
The song that won was called "Natu Natu."
Mhm.
It's an Indian song
Yeah.
from a group called RRR.
Mhm.
And I don't even know what the hell that means, RRR.
When I saw them perform, I was like, "Huh?"
Do you see them dancing all over the place?
Yeah, and everybody was like, "You," and I was like, "What are they doing?"
I have no idea.
I was
I
like,
have no idea what that was
"Okay."
all about. It's nice if you know what the hell they're doing
Or what they're singing about,
or
but
what they're
okay.
singing about. Yeah. But again, it
Mhm.
was a film that was a foreign film.
Mhm.
The song was completely unknown. It was all
India
in
or
the Hindi language,
mhm.
which I don't understand Hindi at all,
Me either, so I was like,
not
"Okay."
even close. So I mean, I went with what sounded like the best choice.
Yeah, and I thought Lady Gaga would have taken it or yours, would have
Yeah.
won. So I
I'll
thought,
tell you
okay,
what, she did a hell of a job on that
she
song. She
did.
really busted that one out.
She did.
Um, the next one was Best
Oh,
International Film,
yes.
which I won that one, and you chose The Quiet Girl,
Yeah.
and that one lost. But again, in
Mm-hmm.
fairness to you, I was just taking pot shots. I
Yeah.
was just because I hadn't, I didn't see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I had no interest in seeing the movie. All Quiet on the Western Front.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's a German picture, but it's about World War II.
Yes.
Okay. And so there's a substantial amount of English in it, but
Mm-hmm.
the country of origin was Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I chose All's Quiet on the Western Front just because,
Mm-hmm.
again, I know what it's about.
Right.
And other than that, I have no idea what Argentina was about,
Mm-mm.
or Close, or EO, or The Quiet Girl. I didn't know what
Right.
any of them
That's
were
what I
about.
didn't either. And I thought, okay,
What was it about The Quiet Girl that made you say, I'm going to take a shot on that one?
just the name of the title basically, and just something I've never heard of before. I said something different.
Here's one that surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you why don't you take this one?
Mm-hmm.
Best makeup and hair.
Okay. The
'Cause
best
that
makeup and
one,
hairstyling, the whale
yeah, that
one.
one surprised me.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it really surprised me that they won best hair and makeup.
I could have sworn Elvis, like you said earlier, the different genres going from like the 50s to the
Yeah,
70s, thinking all the different costumes and because they recreated a lot of the
yeah.
costumes,
But
you
now
know.
how about the other one too, Amelia?
Mhm.
Batman and Black Panther.
Well, I think it's just basically those are just kind of plain. Everybody's seen them, and the thought of going from Elvis to me, the reason I chose that is because of the different costumes, the beats, the way, they really showed them really close up compared to the concerts. People didn't really get to see the costumes of Elvis, and that's why I chose that. But when they started showing the
Oh no, wait,
whale,
hold on, Amelia. Are we
mhm.
talking about costumes or are we talking about best makeup and hair?
Oh, I'm sorry, with the best makeup and
No,
hair,
best makeup and hair is the
yeah.
category, yeah.
The hair with Elvis, the different shades and like that, and then the makeup, the way they showed Elvis changing, from the younger to the older, and
Well,
then
yeah, they made Austin Butler look like,
yeah,
the heavy Elvis.
and then when I saw the reason the whale won is how they did to the
Oh my
Bishop Briggs,
God,
the way
please.
they made him huge, huge, huge. I was like, oh my god, that
Did
had to
you
have
see
won.
how much that man was wearing 200 pounds of prosthetics?
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh
200
my
pounds.
gosh,
That's crazy.
A- and
That's
his
crazy. But I have to give it, I got to give kudos to Brendan Fraser
yeah,
because here's what he did. He told the director,
mm-hmm,
I want to wear the prosthetics. Don't do it. Don't
mm-mm,
computer animate it.
no,
They were
no,
going to do it by special effect on a
mm-hmm,
computer. He said, "No, I want to feel what this guy's feeling."
mm-hmm,
So he walked around. Don't forget, Brendan's a big kid. He's a big
yeah.
guy. He's 6'4".
Mhm.
Okay, 6'5". So he's a big guy. And then he's got 200 pounds of makeup on. That makes
Mhm.
him a bigger guy.
Yeah, he wanted to felt with the walker, how it felt to walk with it, how it felt to be
Yeah,
that person and to feel the feeling and, the
exactly.
emotions, and everything like that. And I thought the
Then they
sweat,
put a lot
mhm,
in there, a
they did.
lot of work.
You
The
couldn't even tell
person
them
who
apart.
won the Academy Award for that is Adrienne Moreau.
Yeah.
Adrienne Moreau is the woman that was in charge of the costumes. I mean,
The hair,
the
makeup, and
makeup and the hair for the whale.
that is amazing.
And you see what they did? They made him look bald
Yes.
with because he has a full head of hair,
Mhm.
and they made him look bald.
I would want
Um,
somebody like that to do my makeup, and then, of course, she is gonna be one wanted person in Hollywood now.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Hmm.
She's going to be very in demand.
Yes, she's
So
gonna
is
have to.
Brendan Fraser now.
She's gonna
Good
want
for
to have
him.
a full staff.
What do you want to do next? What category you want? You take the next one.
Let's see here. Let me take a look here. We did this one here, and let's see what we have. Let's see. We did the best production design. Have we done that one?
Yeah, let's do that one. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You chose Avatar on
Mm-hmm.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
I chose Babylon, and we both lost.
Yeah, that one was like, whew.
That was all quiet on the Western Front.
I thought for sure Avatar would take it because of the colors, the way
I
they did
thought
that.
for sure Babylon was going to take it
Mm-hmm.
because it was a throwback to old Hollywood.
Yeah.
See, Hollywood loves to salute itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I thought Babylon was going to win something.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't win shit. But
Mm.
it's a great fucking movie and you can sit through it.
Oh yeah.
And it's an hour and a half. And when it's done, it's done.
That's it. You're done.
It's not like sitting through 2 hours and 34 minminutes
Of like
of
going,
everything, everyone, everywhere, all at once and at the same time. You know, whatever the fuck they call that movie. Because first of all, the name of a movie should be very short.
mm-hmm.
It should be easy to remember. We're
uh,
going to revisit that.
uh-huh.
Amelia, you're
There we
disappearing
go.
again.
I know for some reason I'm just gonna sit back here. But think about the
Yeah,
Babylon that you were talking about, the old Hollywood. I
yeah,
can understand why you chose that because going back where everything was simple, everything like that, and then all of a sudden to where you're like, okay, this happened, then all of a sudden, wait a minute, what's going on here? You're like confused.
exactly.
You'd want to be somewhere where you're like, okay,
It's a
listen.
throwback, Amelia, to the movies
Mm-hmm.
that I grew up watching,
Mm-hmm.
to the movies that I loved. That I even now, as a
Mm-hmm.
60, almost 64-year-old adult,
Uh-huh.
I still watch the same movies I watched when I was a kid because
Mm-hmm.
they never go out of style.
They don't. Yeah.
They're they are timeless. I could watch Babylon
Mm-hmm.
over and over.
Oh
It's
yes, definitely.
interesting though that Avatar,
Mm-hmm.
which was really had a great production crew,
It
that
did.
they
Yeah.
didn't win anything. Um, but I guess the movie that won was supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah.
I want to take this one next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I want to take best cinematography.
Yes.
Now that one we both lost that one too because you and I both took Elvis
Mm-hmm.
for cinematography for the way it was photographed, it was shot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that
All
one was
Quiet
like,
on the Western Front won that one too.
yeah, that one was weird. So I don't know what happened to that one.
And I think the reason is because it was such and again, to its credit, it
Mm-hmm.
was such a huge epic.
Yeah.
It was a throwback to the big production films.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, like Ben-Hur
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
films like the Ten Commandments,
Mm-hmm.
and like the big blockbuster movies.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
that's what it really was. It was a throwback to that kind of film.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad it won, to be honest with you. I really
Yeah,
am.
me too. But it's like, people like that would appreciate that, like, going back to those days, but you'd have to sit there for a while to watch that kind of a movie, I think, if
Yeah.
you're like
Now,
if you like those
this
kind.
is one that you were touching on before.
Mhm.
Best costume design.
Mhm.
Now, which one did you pick? You picked Elvis, right?
Yes.
I chose Babylon.
Mhm.
We both lost on that one.
That one was like,
Black
"What?"
Panther, yeah, Black Panther won,
Mhm.
and again, I did not see the movie.
Mhm.
I don't know if you have.
The Black Panther, yes, we did watch that movie, but there was a lot of interesting costumes and things like that. But I think it won because this gentleman had this, like, he opened his mouth all the way. I can't because I barely have any lip left, but they
Yeah,
put this, like, this big old, like, penny or something on
yeah,
his mouth, and I was like,
yeah.
I can't even open my mouth that big.
The stretches, yeah, the stretches. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. But here's the thing, though. That movie won for that reason. Plus,
Uh-huh.
I think it also won because the film featured a subject that, and a lot of people don't touch on it,
Mhm.
is the role of the powerful black woman.
Mhm.
And the woman who won the award for costume design is a powerful black
Black
woman.
woman. Mhm.
And the movie was about a powerful black woman.
Yes, Angela
The
Bassett.
first thing that she said when she accepted her award,
Mhm.
this is for black women.
Mhm.
The first thing she said. Good for her. Here's one,
Mhm.
that surprised a couple of people. Surprised, it must have been a big surprise to you. Best sound.
Mhm.
You and I both went with Elvis on that. The
Yeah.
winner was Top Gun. Now, why did you not choose Top Gun there when you did in every other category?
I just didn't think it was just more, why would you want to hear like planes and stuff like that when you could hear music?
Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
It's a great question. That's a great question. The whole idea of sound in
Mhm.
in Top Gun
Mhm.
was to create the illusion that you're there, that you're
Mm.
flying with these guys, right?
Mhm.
And that you're on the runway or you're in the sky and the jets are flying past you. That was the whole idea behind that. Plain and simple. To make you feel like you were there.
Right. But also at the same time, you want to make you feel like you're there listening to Elvis too. That's what the main reason that I was wanting to,
Yeah, I
you know,
agree. You're not going to
you
get an
know.
argument from me.
So, yeah. Oh, you know what time it
Okay.
is? It's actually commercial time.
It's past commercial
Commercial time.
time.
Yep.
Is it?
Mhm.
It's 2 minutes past. Oh, damn. Well, I'll tell you what, the commercial's going to have to wait tonight for about
A couple more
2 minutes
minutes.
because I want to do one more subject and then we'll hit the
Okay.
commercial.
All right.
Um, because this was again another surprise.
Mhm.
The best musical score.
Mhm.
Okay, and you chose The Fableman.
Mhm.
I chose Babylon, but All's Quiet on the Western Front won for the musical score.
Mhm.
And I just didn't understand that with all the great music that I heard in Babylon
Mhm.
and all the great music you heard in The Fableman. I don't know.
Yeah.
Surprised me. Why do you think The Fableman or Babylon didn't win?
I mean, I think that they should have won
What do
because
you
the
think they were
Fableman
looking for?
original, something different, because the Fableman, that's something that you would hear back in their day, and I think they wanted something original. Base. Uh,
I think you're absolutely right.
mhm.
On that note, let's take a word from our sponsor. Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code Wrestling Future for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0, your balls will thank you. And so will we. What's Buzz Podcast wants to welcome Radioactive FM 88.6 in Wellington, New Zealand, Radio Perth, Australia, and RTL Radio 102.5 in Milan, Italy. Welcome aboard, and welcome to The Buzz. This just in to the news desk. Amelia lost another category.
Oh no.
Yes,
Oh
we are
no.
doing Academy Award winners and losers. I was looking at this and I can't figure
Uh-huh.
something out.
What?
Okay. Now, you picked, where was that? Oh, here we go.
Mm,
Best adapted screenplay. You picked Top Gun.
mhm,
Okay. And I picked a movie I never heard of, never saw, called Living.
mhm.
What one was a movie called Women Talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That was like something that I never thought would win because after I saw what the movie was about, I was like, okay, why would that one win of all the ones?
Because it was about women talking. That's why it won.
Well, no, I mean, because it's like the
I
what
no,
was it
you know
about?
what? I thought the
Yeah,
same thing.
it
I
was
didn't
like okay,
understand.
yeah, you know,
I didn't get it.
uh-uh,
I still don't understand.
yeah,
But it didn't while it was confusing,
mhm,
I'll say this. While it was confusing, it still wasn't as confusing as Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, and I still don't understand what the hell that movie was. And
um,
again,
mm-mm,
folks, I did watch an hour and a half of this.
mhm,
It's a 2 hour and 34-minute movie. That's a long movie. Just to give you an idea, Elvis was 2 hours and 39 minutes. Okay. And I sat through every bit of it because I love Elvis. I'm an Elvis fan.
mhm,
But when you got a movie that you don't know what the hell it is or where it's going, 2 hours and 34 minutes is a long, long time to sit through it.
yeah.
I did an hour and a half, and that's all my body could take. I said, I'm done. I got to go to bed.
And what did you think?
That was
Wait a
it.
minute, I'm not following this because it goes from one place to another, and then there's this,
It
and
was all over the place. Amelia, it was
mm,
everywhere. Oh my God.
oh,
Let's talk about, see, these are categories that you never think about.
yeah, this,
Live action short film.
mhm,
You happen to get lucky on that one because you just said The Irish Goodbye.
yeah.
You were going with anything Irish that night for some reason. The Irish Goodbye, the Irish Girl or whatever the hell it was
Oh,
called.
but because I'm a Colin Farrell fan.
Yeah, yeah, right.
He
I
did look
went
good
with
in that
the re-
tuxedo.
I went with the red suitcase,
Mhm.
and not that I didn't know what the fuck the red suitcase was about. I had no idea.
That one, I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, it was okay. Pass on that one.
Mhm.
Then come an interesting subject. In fact, they even hinted toward it on the show Sunday night.
Mhm. Mhm.
Best animated short film. The nominees were The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, The Flying Sailor, Ice Merchants, My Year of Dicks. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And remember what I said earlier? If you're going to call a movie, make it short, a short
Mhm.
name.
Mhm.
This movie is called An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I Think I Believe It.
Mhm.
That's the name of the movie. Okay. Do yourself a favor and just call it The Ostrich.
Exactly.
Okay. Or something like that.
Mhm.
Because that's a long movie. Nobody will ever remember it, and nobody's going to go see it. How it got nominated is probably because they needed something to fill up that category.
Something like that.
And no, exactly like that. I found out what happened.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They don't have they don't have the number of entrants that they used to.
Right, so they needed
People
number.
aren't making movies like they used to. I want you to think about the two
Mhm.
pictures
Mhm.
this year, the two movies this year that made the most money and made the most awards.
Mhm.
Think about them. And
Yeah.
you tell me, I want you to tell me what they both have in common.
Let's see. Probably a lot of the I don't know.
No. Mm-mm.
Mm.
Something that's staring at you right in your face.
They don't make sense, basically.
No.
Huh?
What they both had going for them is that
Mm.
they were independent movies.
Mm.
They were not done by big budget studios.
Mm-hmm.
The,
That's.
the film business today,
Mm-hmm.
when one time it used to be run by the big studios, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the game is shifted. Now
Mm.
the independent movies
Mm-hmm.
are making the big money
Huh.
because they're cheap to make. You don't have to hire A-list actors. You can look, Brendan Fraser is not an A-list actor.
No.
He's like a B or C-list actor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember a lot of his movies.
Yeah,
From
think about
back in the
something
day.
though, too, Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first movie he's done in 8 years,
Oh, yeah. Long time. He's been
and he
gone
won
for.
an
Yeah.
Academy Award
Mm-hmm.
after 8 years. Think about what I just said to you.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Very crazy. It's like if you was to get a production team together yourself, and you could do an animated film, and you could get nominated for a category like that.
Well, I should be nominated anyway, just for putting up with you.
Funny.
Now, let's get into some good shit.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's talk about best original screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
You said the Fableman was going to win that one.
Mm-hmm.
I said Everything Everywhere All at Once. I won that one.
You sure did.
I did. And that was just a toss up in the air. I had no fucking idea what I was talking about. So, why did you pick the Fableman?
Steven Spielberg.
How much did the Spielberg effect have to do?
I thought, because he's been a director before, he's directed a lot of great movies, thinking that, his name would carry a lot of weight.
I thought so too.
Mm-hmm. And being that, he's been in this movie business forever, and I thought, well, maybe it'll be him, his life and times.
In the film business for 50 plus years, over 50 years.
And then, maybe he didn't have anything else to write about or to even be in. I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a movie about my life. That's
Right.
probably why, I thought, well, maybe people will be interested in that. But I guess.
Now, we're talking about these films here. We do have, of course, it would not be What's the Buzz without some show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
So before Amelia and I go too far into this, because we're probably going to do like the Academy Awards. We're going to run late tonight. Watch this, Amelia.
Hollywood's biggest night did not disappoint. From the fashion to the musical performances. To host Jimmy Kimmel crash landing onto the stage. But the biggest winner of the night, the quirky sci-fi film Everything Everywhere All at Once, which took home 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. The inspirational Michelle Yeoh becoming the first Asian to win Best Actress in a leading role.
For all the little boys and girls who look like me watching tonight, this is a beacon of hope and possibilities.
Her co-stars, Kiwi Kwan and Jamie Lee Curtis, sweeping the Best Supporting Actor category.
I spent a year in a refugee camp, and somehow I ended up here on Hollywood's biggest stage. This is the American dream.
I know it looks like I'm standing up here by myself, but I am not. I am hundreds of people. We just won an Oscar together. My mother and my father were both nominated for Oscars in different categories. I just won an Oscar.
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
An emotional Brendan Fraser hooking the Best Actor Oscar for his role in The Whale.
I started in this business 30 years ago, and things, they didn't come easily to me. I just want to say thank you for this acknowledgement.
Also making history, the song Natu Natu from the movie RRR, which became the first Indian film song to win an Oscar. It beat out Super Bowl halftime star Rihanna, who was nominated for her first Oscar for the hit Lift Me Up from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack. John Travolta also getting emotional as he paid tribute to his friend and late Grease co-star Olivia Newton-John while honoring those who died in the past year.
They've touched our hearts, they've made us smile, and became dear friends, who we will always remain hopelessly devoted to.
Oh, wow!
As for last year's shocking Oscar slap involving Will Smith and Chris Rock, Oscar host Jimmy Kimmel made sure to put out a fair warning.
We have strict policies in place. If anyone in this theater commits an act of violence at any point during the show, you will be awarded the Oscar for Best Actor and permitted to give a 19-minute long speech.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. And guys, another beautifully emotional moment came at the very end of the show as Harrison Ford presented the Best Picture award, reuniting on stage with his Indiana Jones co-star, Ke Kwan. Of course, he played Short Round in Temple of Doom. It was his very first movie role, so this was really a cool full circle moment for him. And that interaction pointed to the main message of the night. It's the power of the comeback story.
And that was the story. It was the night of comebacks.
That was.
It really, really was. It was the night of the comeback. And that was really important. And I think Hollywood loves a great comeback story.
Yeah, that's the way it should have. It was like a long time ago. I remember the award show being.
Think about what happened Sunday night. Jamie Lee Curtis has been an actress for decades.
Oh, yeah.
Brendan Fraser, decades. Okay. The Oriental man, Hugh Kwan, that won. Okay. He was a child actor. He was in the Goonies. He was in Indiana Jones as a little kid.
Right.
Okay. You don't get any more comeback than that.
No, you don't.
Now they're recognizing you as an adult for doing adult work.
Right.
Because child actors don't get recognized for shit.
No, they don't.
You know?
No, they don't.
So
and now it's like, well, it's like they're finally getting recognized so many years later, and it's like they're finally, my hard work paid off, but look how long it took.
yeah, exactly. You know what? That everybody that won tonight was older.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
A lot older, but more
Brendan
graceful.
Fraser, Jamie Lee Curtis. Hold on. Let's see who else. Oh God. Oh geez.
A lot of directors, a lot of
Colin Farrell was there. You know, he's been around a long time.
Oh yeah, he's been in movies since I can remember. He's from a long time ago.
Now I want to show, before we get too far into this, I want to show Jamie Lee Curtis's, what they're calling the speech of the year. This was 1 minute and 29 seconds. It's probably the best Academy Award speech ever. Here's the whole speech. All 1 minute and 29 seconds of it.
I have 45 seconds, and I promised Janet Yang I wouldn't do it well because I'm a good girl. I know it looks like I'm standing up here by myself, but I am not. I am hundreds of people. I'm hundreds of people. I am where are the Daniels? Daniels, Joe Room, my bae Michelle, Key, Steph, the entire group of artists who made this movie. We just won an Oscar. To my dream team, my agent Rick Kurtzman, Alan Wertheimer, Heidi Schaefer, Sean James, Grace Ahn, Jane Ross. We just won an Oscar. To my family, my beautiful husband, Christopher Guest, our daughters, Annie and Ruby, my sister Kelly, we just won an Oscar. To all of the people who have supported the genre movies that I have made for all these years, the thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. We just won an Oscar together. And my mother and my father were both nominated for Oscars in different categories. I just won an Oscar.
That was a great speech.
That was
Amelia,
like
where
the
you
best.
disappearing to?
That was the best one, I think, of all
That
the
was a great
speeches.
speech. That was the
Mhm.
best one. The
Mhm.
second best one
Mhm.
was, I think, Brendan Fraser,
I think so. Yeah, because they were so grateful
because
and
that
so
came from his
gratitude.
heart.
It
Absolutely.
did. It both did. And I've always loved Jamie Lee Curtis, not only because she and I share the same birthday, but she's always been one of my favorite actors.
The clip is playing, and I'm looking at my monitor,
Mhm.
watching Amelia disappear into the wilderness here. Where the hell is she gone?
I'm right
You
here.
gotta fix that. Whatever your camera is
It
doing
was
to you.
working so well earlier today. I don't know what's going
And
on.
now we're
It's
just about the end of the show,
and it's
and your camera's perfect, right?
yeah, it's perfect right now, which is so weird, but it was
But
working
we're still
so
not
well.
finished with the list, though, because we're gonna go long
Oh,
tonight.
absolutely. And as he was
Okay,
saying, as the
so
best.
Jamie Lee won for best actress, of course, we know that.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, best supporting actress is what she won.
oh yeah,
And
best supporting.
of course
Um,
he won for the Hui Kwan won for best supporting actor.
right,
So,
yes. Yeah, and again, we're talking about him being a child actor
mhm,
with Harrison Ford
right.
in Indiana Jones, and he was also in the Goonies
Mhm.
as a kid.
Yeah, and
Um,
the best
so
actress,
let's
which
talk
surprised
about
me.
best actress in a supporting role. Jamie Lee
Mhm.
won that, but she had some pretty interesting competition.
Mhm.
Stephanie, I guess how you say Stephanie Sue,
Mhm.
Carrie Condon,
Mhm.
Hong Chow from The Whale,
Mhm.
and Angela Bassett from
The Black Panther.
Black
Mhm.
Panther. Did
Mhm.
you notice how many um, Oriental
Mhm.
Asian people
Yes.
were nominated?
Yeah, it
And
was
I'm gonna talk to you after we're done this. I'm gonna tell you why I think that was.
okay.
Um, the best actor in a supporting role.
Mhm.
Okay, best actor in a supporting role was Ki Hugh Kwan, and he
Mhm.
deserved it.
Oh, yes,
But look who he
absolutely.
was up against: Judd Hirsch,
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan, um, Brian Tyree Henry,
Mhm.
Brendan Gleeson. You know, he was up against some pretty stiff competition.
Very stiff.
You know, Judd Hirsch was, what's it? They said 89 years old.
Yeah, yeah, his birthday was coming up, actually. They said that he was about to have a birthday.
Yeah, he was going to
Mhm.
be 89 or 90,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then, okay, and then was best actor in a lead role, of course, was Brendan Fraser, but
Mhm.
you had Paul Mescal from After Sun. I never that
Never.
movie. I can't even find it.
I've never heard of it.
They nominated somebody from a movie that you can't even find the movie,
Mm-mm.
and I'm going to talk about this tonight.
Mhm.
Austin Butler for Elvis. I get that he won the People's Choice Awards. Good for him.
Mhm.
That's enough Elvis stuff for a little while. Best director. This was a shock to a lot of people.
Yes, it was.
Steven Spielberg did not win. We
Mm-mm.
both figured, Amelia and I chose last Thursday.
Mhm.
We both chose Steven Spielberg because of his name.
Steven Spielberg, yeah.
He's Steven Spielberg. You
Mhm.
know, he's been like a Hollywood royalty.
Yes.
Well, guess what? He didn't win. Me and Amelia were both losers on that one.
Yeah, I was thinking he would be the top winner, at least on that one.
Yeah, he got shit.
Mhm.
pretty much like you and I got most of this pages here was shit. And I think the reason, and of course, Best Picture went to Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And you chose that one. That was your top choice.
Yeah, and the only reason I did is because I knew a little bit about Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
I knew nothing about the Banshees of Inisherin.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew about All's Quiet on the Western Front. I knew it was a war movie.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Top Gun. I knew that. Triangle of Sadness, I had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
Women Talking, I had no clue. Tar, I had even less of a clue.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought to myself, I know they're not going to give it to Elvis. Okay, I'll pick Elvis, but he's not going to get it. So I thought, what other choice? I got to have another choice here.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with Everything Everywhere All at Once, only because of
Mm-hmm.
process of elimination, basically.
Yeah.
Is because I knew who they were. I knew that they were not going to give it to. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. Let me clarify myself here. I wasn't absolutely sure who they were going to give it to, but I had a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
But I knew who they were definitely not going to give it to. Again, I think that they chose movies and honestly, this is my opinion. You could tell me I'm wrong. I think they just chose movies to fill in the category.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's why I think there were so many Asian people represented. When the president of the Academy was introduced and she came out, did you notice what she was?
Asian.
She was, yes, an Asian woman. She was Chinese, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She was an Asian woman. Well, the Asians had never been represented like they have on that show.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Or the Middle Easterners, Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Had never been represented like that. And that was a hell of a dance number, too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long dance number.
They had more energy than I did for 25 minutes.
By the time those guys finished dancing, I was fucking exhausted. They're doing the dancing, and I'm ready for a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Watching that stuff, going crazy.
Within 5 seconds, I was like, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm exhausted. We're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
So here's the thing. And I'm not saying that she was playing favorites.
No.
I think what she did, maybe it's not a bad thing. I think what she did was, because she's the president of the Academy, she can do this.
Oh, absolutely.
It gives you certain power, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think what she did was she pushed the spotlight, the focus, the attention a little bit more on Asian filmmakers and Asian actors and actresses. Did you notice that the supporting actress was Asian? Supporting actor was Asian.
Oh, absolutely.
Best Picture was Asian. You know? So, and I think that that again with Steven Spielberg with the Director Award, you know, the winner there was Asian.
Yes.
But, and I don't think that they were snubbing Spielberg.
No.
I just think that Spielberg represents old Hollywood.
Yes.
And I think I think you and I Sunday night, I think the Pitbull and the Maddog witnessed the birth of new Hollywood.
Yes, we did.
I think we did. I really, really think we did. And because I want to tell you something, it was a great show.
Yeah, Hollywood grew up. I think
Hollywood grew up. It sure the hell did, didn't it?
Yep.
Now, I have to do something. Of course, I've been carrying this around like a Bible, okay?
Mm-hmm. Right? He's actually going to tear it up and probably burn it now.
And I was trying to educate my wife the other night on the Academy Awards, and I was narrating them for her. And she said, "Shut up. I'm right next to you. I can hear them. If I can't hear them, I'm hearing you. If I can't hear you, I'm hearing them." So she said, "Be quiet."
Oh, no.
I said, "You hurt my feelings."
Oh.
Anyway, no. I was getting excited. Anyway, so listen, what's coming up?
We
What's
actually
coming up tomorrow
have
night?
tomorrow. We're going to have a special episode on the Big Mouth. We're going to do part 1 of deep fakes.
Yeah, well, it might be part 1 and done.
Okay, we can do that.
For those of you who don't know what Amelia's talking about, deep fakes are an interesting combination of real people and video, plus really cool technology.
Yes.
Now,
we don't want to get too much.
Everybody's asking the question, where did this technology come from? I'm going to spill the beans first. Then tomorrow night we'll talk about it. The technology for deep fake videos came from your government.
Absolutely did.
It came from your government. They've been using this shit to trick you for years. Now they want you to trick everybody else. But if you do, you're going to get in trouble for it. You're going to get in trouble for doing what the government told you to do with a tool they gave you to use. How fucked up is that shit? Okay?
Yep.
I might have to have Jeff Chapman join us for that episode.
Yep, because if they can use it for maybe for voting votes, you know, maybe.
Yeah, winky. Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Yeah, and for other fraud stuff. But if
all
you use
kinds
it for
of fraud
stuff,
you
can
Let me
get
show
in
everybody what
trouble.
we're talking about, Amelia.
Yeah.
Let's check this out. I want to show
Sure.
everybody what we're talking about. I'm just going to give you like just a little sample. Okay? Watch this.
Morgan Freeman. And what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me?
That's fine.
Now, that was not Morgan Freeman. What that was a picture of Morgan Freeman. You see what the technology is that we're talking about?
Very much.
It's a picture. It's a picture. By the way, that looks like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, 100%
It's
looks
not.
like him.
Let's watch.
That's fine. It's a little embarrassing, you know. It reminds me, it was once in Russia, I ran into Gorbachev. He said,
You know how you can tell that's not Tom Cruise?
Oh.
Because that's the young Tom Cruise. That's how Tom looked about 10 years ago. Tom Cruise now is an older guy. You know, he's like my age. Well, no, he's probably how old is Tom Cruise?
About maybe 50-ish, maybe. Probably around my age
in
or
the
so.
ballpark. Let's find out. How old is Tom Cruise? How old is Tom Cruise, Google?
Because I'm pretty sure that he's around
60.
Oh, wow.
He's 60, okay? So he's younger than I am. But he's in the ballpark. He's 60. So that's not, that looks like the 45 to 50-year-old Tom Cruise.
Yo, Mr. Movie Star, are you nervous? He said, yo, Mr. Gorbachev.
Deepfakes are getting even weirder. There's a guy on TikTok who supposedly looks just like Kevin Hart. And when you look at him, you might go, he does kind of look like Kevin Hart. In fact, some people even say that this guy's trying too hard to impersonate Kevin Hart. And he always placed the comment in the spot of the watermark of the app that allows him to deepfake Kevin Hart. The proof is right here. It even says deepfake made with Impressions app. But exposing him like that wasn't the point of this video. When I looked up the deepfake app, I came to this, and it's an app that allows you to put anybody's face onto yours convincingly. Honestly think this was the same app that Lemon Plus was using when she was deepfaking Charlie's face. I just think that she paid to remove the watermark. But that begs the question, how long has deepfakes really been out? There's no that some governments knew about this technology before it was released to the public.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, government knew about it because government's the one to put it out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm
And
not going to show you the whole thing. I just wanted to show you a little bit.
we'll do a lot more tomorrow regarding that. And
Yeah,
it's going to be
absolutely,
very
for sure.
detailed.
And I have a surprise that even Amelia doesn't know about. Thursday night, the return of the Psychic Realm podcast.
Yay!
Thursday night,
Yay!
the
I'm
Psychic Realm.
excited.
Papa Bear is going to put the psychic hat back on.
Yay!
We're not going to do it every week, but we're going to bring
Oh.
it back. We're bringing it back. We're going to see how people respond to it. If people like it, we'll bring it back more often. But
Yay!
Thursday, just so everybody knows, Thursday is still the roundtable. All right. Now, what we're going to talk about Thursday is we're going to finish up the deep fakes, and then we're going to get into some psychic phenomena. We're going to talk about how do you know if you're psychic? Is a psychic ability real? Is it all bullshit? Being a psychic, I can tell you it's not bullshit.
No, it's not.
But I can also tell you that, in all honestly, I can tell you that psychic phenomenon can be produced at will. And I don't mean like from the spirits. I mean, there are people who can fake shit.
Oh yeah.
I can't do that. That's not what I do. I can't do that. I don't know how to fake it. I just do what, if it comes in here, I have to put it out. It comes in here, I put it out here. Okay, and we're going to talk about whether are you psychic or not. That's the, how do you know when you're psychic? That's going to be our show, and I think it's going to be a really good show. I do want to tell people that we are taking show ideas. If you have, and I want you to look at this scrolling banner underneath us. If you have show ideas, reach out, please, to Amelia or myself, and reach us quickly as soon as you can.
Yeah.
At What's the Buzz Popcast at gmail.com. You can also reach Amelia at aachap70 at gmail.com. Okay. Is that Gmail, right, Amelia?
Yes, Gmail.
Okay. And you can also reach me if you need to at psychicangelo100 at gmail.com. But the main address you want to use is What's the Buzz Popcast at gmail.com. You reach us there, and then you've got access to everything we just said.
Yes. We also have a Facebook account under What's the Buzz Podcast.
Yes, tell everybody, please.
And What's the Buzz with the question mark. We also have just What's the Buzz Pop, right? And
we got What's the Buzz Pod and What's the Buzz Pop.
And we also have Instagram as well, so you can reach us there as well under What's the Buzz.
We no longer have a TikTok.
No.
TikTok is becoming too dangerous to use. And I do not like TikTok. I don't want my show associated with TikTok. Again, it's becoming dangerous. I encourage Amelia and my wife and people who spend a lot of time on TikTok to be very careful, because you don't know who's trolling you while you're trolling everybody else. Okay, so be careful Amelia. Be careful, Anita. Okay?
Mhm.
The two people, that I care about here, I got to keep them straight, because you're going to get me in trouble with the TikTok shit. I'm going to knock on TikTok. I'm
Mhm.
going to hurt somebody at TikTok. Okay? Here's the thing. It's good for one thing. It does get yourself out there. And that's the only thing it's good for. But while you're doing that, you're being spied on. So, Amelia, be careful when you do your duets. And sweetheart, if you're watching this show tonight, which I don't know if you ever watch my shows, honey.
She can hear you say it.
That
She can hear you probably say, "Hey."
She's upstairs, probably on TikTok right now. Well, Nita, if you're up here, I love you, babe. I'll see you in a minute. I'm coming up for coffee. For Amelia Pitbull Chapman, where's your name? Here it is. For Amelia Pitbull Chapman, the Pitbull, the mouth of the South. I am the Mad Dog. Joining me each and every week, the Pitbull on What's the Buzz on the Big Mouth on Blunt Talk Radio, and now on our newest endeavor. Actually, it's our oldest endeavor coming back.
But it's my
the
newest one
Psychic
for
Realm.
me. Yay.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Till I see you guys again, take care, and we're out of here. Bye-bye.
Good night.